Storytelling for nonprofits isn't just about sharing anecdotes. It's about creating powerful narratives that give voice to your mission, resonate with your audience, and drive home meaningful impact. Stories fuel emotions, and these emotions can turbo boost your awareness campaigns and fundraising drives. So today we're going to unfold this art of weaving compelling narratives together, and we're diving deeply into the topic so that you can supercharge your organization's impact. So let's get to it. Telling a compelling nonprofit story is like piecing together a fascinating puzzle. We're going to look at a few key pieces together, which is reliability, authenticity, structure, a clear message, use of language, evoking imagery, and inspiring action. So let's dive into these pieces one by one to understand how they fit into our storytelling puzzle. The first piece is readability. Stories thrive on connection. They form an emotional bridge between the storyteller and the listener. Now, a story about a child who dreams about becoming a doctor but struggles due to poverty is more than just a tale. It's a mirror where your audience can see their own dreams and struggles, building empathy for your cause. Remember, it's the shared human experience that makes stories powerful. Next up is authenticity. People are intrinsically drawn to what's real. When your stories reflect the genuine experience of those who benefited from your work or challenges your organization faces, then your audience trusts you more. Transparency isn't a weakness, folks. It's a strength that underlines the need for sustained support. Then we have structure. An engaging narrative follows a clear arc. It introduces a conflict, walks through the resolution, and unveils the transformative impact. Think of a wildlife conservation nonprofit telling a tale of an endangered species. They start with the threats it faces, explain their conservation initiatives, and finally celebrate the positive results of these efforts. A well-structured story keeps your audience on the edge of their seats, waiting for the next chapter. Moving on to clear message. Your story is the ambassador of your mission, and it's vital that it carries a clear, consistent message that aligns with your broader organizational narrative. This not only ensures cohesion, but it also enhances the effectiveness of your communication. Use of language. This is where you set the tone for your story. It's like choosing the color palette for the painting. An engaging and accessible and conversational tone makes your narrative more relatable. On the other hand, technical jargon can create a wall between the story and your audience. Remember, language can either ignite your audience or push them away. Next up, we have invoking imagery. The beauty of storytelling is the ability to transport the audience into a whole new world. Painting vivid images in the minds of the audience allows them to experience the impact of your work firsthand. And finally, we have inspiring action. Powerful storytelling isn't just about information sharing. It's about inspiring your audience to act. A compelling story paired with a clear call to action can motivate your audience to donate, volunteer, or share your story, thereby amplifying your impact. So now that you have the key ingredients for cooking up a compelling narrative, let's explore how to blend these ingredients together to make our storytelling really resonate and breathe life into these stories. Firstly, compelling characters. These are the heroes of your story, often the beneficiaries of your work. The story about Jane, a single mother overcoming hurdles to start her own business, and how your organization helped her, adds a human face to the impact. It's Jane's transformation that tells the tale of change that your organization brings. Next, we have vivid descriptions. The power of your narrative lies in the ability to transport your audience into its world. So engaging the audience's senses through detailed portrayals. Make them feel the scorching heat of the desert, where you're installing water pumps and smiles on the faces of children in the schools you've built. Now, moving on to storytelling devices. Using conflict resolution and transformation makes your stories more engaging. So show the challenges your beneficiaries face, how your organization helps overcome these, and the subsequent change. This 3-act structure keeps your audience engaged and invested in your narrative. Then we have tangible outcomes. So including measurable impacts of your work adds credibility to your story. So facts, figures, and statistics, if used properly, can give concrete proof of your efforts' effectiveness, adding bring weight to your narrative. The next is emotional connection. Tap into the power of emotion. Highlighting the emotional journey of your characters makes your story more engaging. Make your audience laugh, cry, and cheer with your characters. An emotional audience is an engaged audience. Then again, we have that call to action. So transform your narrative into a compelling invitation for your audience to join your mission. The call can be simple, like sharing the story, donating, or volunteering their time. But remember, a story without a call to action is like a song without a chorus. And another tip, ensure that your narratives echo your organization's mission and values consistently. This strengthens your brand identity and builds trust with your audience. And finally, we have context and background. Providing context and background information helps the audience understand the full scope of your work, so adding depth to your narrative. These techniques are tools you need to sculpt your narratives that will resonate with your audience and significantly enhance your nonprofit's outreach and effectiveness. But now that you've got your story, how do you present it? The way you present your narrative can be as crucial as the narrative itself. With the right visuals and multimedia elements, your story can truly come alive. So let's look at the icing on the cake: visual, sound, photos, videos, infographics, and other visual aids that have the power to supercharge your story. Music and sound effects can be incredibly impactful, but remember, the key here is strategic use. And with visuals, an evocative photo or a well-produced video can elevate the narrative, making it more engaging and impactful. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, imagine what a video can do. Use videos to illustrate your story and make your audience see the change you're bringing about. And tools like Canva can make it incredibly easy to do stunning graphics for your print materials. And I use Filmora for all of our video editing. I'm going to leave the links down in the description. Now, with music and sound effects, these elements can set the mood and create an immersive experience for your audience. The rustling of leaves in the wind or the sound of a child's laughter can transport your audience right into your story. Or the right music track can make your audience feel the joy, tension, or relief in your narrative. But again, moderation is the key. Finally, the most important aspect of visuals, music, and sound effects should be that they should never overshadow your narrative. Use them to emphasize key points, evoke emotions, or provide clarity, but don't let them distract the audience from the story. Your story is the star of the show. Everything else is just supporting the cast. So go ahead, unleash the power of narratives, and let your mission come to life. In the world of nonprofit marketing and storytelling, this is your secret weapon. Cultivate deeper emotional connections with your audience by weaving narratives that are relatable, authentic, and well-structured. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. We'd love to hear about the narratives you've been weaving, so be sure to leave us a comment. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that YouTube-y stuff, and we will see you next week.